Desmond here from Performance Destination. If you're looking to have your car tuned, whether it's on the dyno or remote, reach out to us and see what we can do for you. We meet the needs on all computer systems. Came out here, landed safely, and be able to get ready to tune some cars. How you doing? What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
Everything good?
Everything's good.
Yeah, man, let's go, man.
You're trying to give me a hard time trying to get through.
No, whatever you talk to me, it's all good, man.
We just landed here in St. Lucia. Gonna settle in. I'm ready to get straight to work. Turn this car up. See what kind of power we make and how aggressive we can make this car. Try to make it the fastest Evo on the island. And then see what we do with this thing. See what other Evos. A few other Evos reached out to me already. And we're gonna see if we could make time for them if they ready for it. But we're here for one special car, so see what it do today. See what it do for this week. You're gonna have to show me that music video.
Yeah, man. I'll show you, man. It's crazy.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. Beautiful view and race cars. So we just got out here to St. Lucia. Get everything all settled in. We're gonna unload my bags, everything like that, and then we're gonna go straight to the car, start getting everything dialed in, get everything ready, and then we hit the dyno tomorrow, and hopefully the track in the street tomorrow. So I definitely want to dial in on the track in the street. But it's beautiful over here. Water is blue. People's nice, and trying to see if we can possibly try to make this the fastest Evo on the island. So we shall see. All right, so this is the Evo we're gonna be tuning. Came out here for. Already remotely dial this car in. I think we got up to like 43 pounds or 40 something pounds of boost on this car. It's definitely a beast. Brought a few parts with me to swap out. This whole entire engine was originally built and set up by Norris Design. Shout out to Norris. It's very unique, very, very nice. So we had some limitations the last time when we was tuning remotely. Temperature always creeped up. So, I don't know if he had a sticky thermostat or what was going on and whatnot. So we were gonna swap out the thermostat. I had him, he had factory coils before. We upgrade to the JDC coils now. Cause we're gonna run a lot of boost on this thing. And we need some better JDC, some better ignition out of that. The boost was also falling off the last time we connected. It will ramp up and then it will kind of like taper down. So I brought some more springs. We're gonna upgrade and double up on the springs so we can have a stronger gate pressure on that. It should run good when we're all said and done. He added on a wiring harness on his thing. ID 1700s. So we'll see where we at if that's gonna limit us. But more than likely, what I might end up doing is I might end up bumping up the fuel pressure a little bit higher, so I can increase the flow of the injectors so we don't get close to the duty of the maxing out those injectors. But yeah, should be a nice little ride. Evo6. There goes the owner right there. So should be a nice little ride. I'm pretty sure the last time we remote tuned this thing, I'm pretty sure this thing probably felt wild. Have you felt it since?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd it feel?
And still a bit, just remember, just give us a quick mile, still a quick mile.
Yeah. Get a little bit more spicier.
Yeah. A lot of my feet in the trunk.
So what's going on with this car is on deceleration, the throttle is not closing on this car at all. It's rev hanging. Anybody who has S90 throttle bodies, these are not good throttle bodies to use, in my opinion. I do not recommend it. Hands down, I've never had an issue with the Skunk 2 one. So we're going to swap the S90 for the Skunk 2 because it's gonna have better deceleration where there's no rev hang. And I don't know, the idle quality is night and day difference between the two. And both of them can make power when it's wide open. It's all about when it's closed and how it catches and come back down to a good idle. So we're gonna swap over the sensors and put this one on, and we're gonna be a lot better. And we're no longer gonna need to run a hose like this because there's no need. Just gotta swap over the IAC over, TPS over, and then block off the vacuum ports. But then we should be good. We're gonna run this one and we'll set it all up and calibrate it. So another thing, all that around there is silicone. So you never want to silicone your throttle body. You want to use the proper gasket. Now what I usually do is I use the gasket that comes with it, and then I would copper spray the gasket front and back, put it on here, then put it on the intake manifold right away, and then let it sit for like a half an hour or so it can seal itself, so it won't leak. So but silicone, you never want to silicone it, because who knows, this probably could have been a lot of the boost leaks right here too, for it being siliconed. So, and you can see how it's kind of running in. It folded all inside there. But yeah, don't use silicone. So the pressure that goes on top of the head of the gate from the boost controller, it applies pressure and it keeps the gate shut so the car can make boost. But that's if everything is sealed here and everything is sealed here. Here, the diaphragm looks perfect. No rips, not like that. But this right here, it's already, it's wobbly. It's wobbly, and someone tried to silicone the center of it so it don't leak. This is not supposed to be wobbling like that. It's not supposed to wobble like that, where it just wobbles around like that. So then pressure will start leaking on the bottom inside here, and you just be losing boost. So this right here is probably why the car was falling off on boost. Now that I take this off and I see this, the silicone. So somebody siliconed it, because whatever problem they had, they siliconed it to try to get it to hold. But that right there is not any good. That's not good. Well, we could see about what we could do about, we could take the screw out and see why it's wobbly. I don't know what's going on with it or why they siliconed it, but that's probably right. That's probably right there is probably why the car is falling off from boost, not holding.
Take some pictures of that.
Yeah. So we're swapping out the factory one for a Mishimoto one.
Nice, how are you?
And we're gonna try to see if we can get this car to run a little bit cooler. It just doesn't recover the same on temperature control. So I think we had a sticky thermostat. So we're gonna put the new one in there. It opens up a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier, to keep everything nice and cool. So day 2, we gotta de-pin the TPS and relocate it so we can get it working. with for this current harness and how it's set up. It's the Evo6 and the Evo8 and 9 are two different style pinouts. And we get that, redo. New throttle body's in there, so we're gonna hold better boost pressure. And also now the proper gaskets in there as well. New thermostat's in there, so we get that right. New coils already on, new plugs already in there and gapped. More gate pressures in there, and we also fixed the internal hat, so that's also should hold a lot more boost. Got the boost leak tester on there, so we're going to pressurize the whole system once we put the coupler back on, and hopefully this car holds some good boost pressure. Hopefully we get TPS reading, and then we're off to the dyno. Got the wiring man here setting it all up. We're going to de-pin it, get it right. I'm already scheduled for the dyno, so I'm just hoping. We're just gonna test it out real quick, do a little quick connection, hook up the sensor, and then go to connect the laptop to the ECU, and we're gonna move the sensor with our finger to see if the TPS reading sweeps back and forth. And if it does, then we're in good shape and we're good to go. So just wanna make sure everything works. All right, go ahead and move the TPS. Yeah, it's moving now.
That's 100?
Yeah, it's 100.
0?
Well, 3%, but yeah. But by the time I calibrate it,
yes.
it's gonna be at 0.
No problem. So it's good?
So it's good.
Right.
Oh, thank you, Lord. So
You good to go.
TPS works now. Thanks to the man right here. So it's we had to just de-pin it because on Evo6 is not the same wiring as probably 7, 8, and 9. I know 7s is really similar to 8s, and everything from 8s is similar to 9s. The only difference between 8s and 9s, a lot of the sensors, is the idler control valve.
Okay.
That one's different. They use a different kind of idler control valve for that. But that's another thing too. We put in the Evo 8 and 9 throttle body and idler control valve. I don't even know if the plug is the same. So we may have to eventually do the same thing we did over here. We may eventually do the same thing for that eventually, But as long as the car can fire up and we could do a boost leak test and we get some throttle body readings, then we're good. So keep on moving. Anytime y'all see a turbo like this, it's not a good sign when it's like that. It's either it's overfeeding it with oil or something internally is leaking. It shouldn't be like that. So I'm gonna clean it all off. We're gonna tune the car and we're gonna see if it splatters more oil. I don't know what happened or what's going on with it, but we're going to just see what the condition of it and see what's what. But everything else is good. We found all the boost leak tests, all the boost leaks by all the clamps. Now there's nothing leaking, everything's holding pressure, and it's solid. So we'll go from there. Get everything pretty strapped. We're gonna roll it up on there. And then we're gonna drain all the pump gas out of it so we can put the race fuel in it. Shall see. So we triggered the fuel pump to turn on instead of disconnecting any of the fuel pressure regulator stuff. Drain all the fuel out of it, and then we'll once it's out, disconnect it, put it back to normal, and top it back off of race fuel. Y'all got the race fuel stuff ready?
Yes, we got it ready.
Okay.
It's in the van.
All right. So something definitely funny going on with the wastegate on this car. Trying to build boost. It's not building boost properly. It does, but it just kind of doesn't feel efficient like how I usually. This same setup ain't nothing new, you know. It's a 4G63, the 4G63 Precision 6266, you know, on a Link ECU, but it's lazy, and I can feel it, and it just feels very hesitant. It's just not snapping into its power band properly, you know. I'm trying to go over a few things and see what things are looking like, but it's just not getting where it needs to be right now. So we're gonna just keep checking over a few things. I'm gonna pull the spark plugs, see what the spark plugs look like, and kind of just keep chucking along, you know. I didn't come all the way this far for no reason. So I'm not sure. Let's see.
That's 1-4.
These plugs look perfect. It looks like perfect. Let me see this thing again.
No detonation or anything.
Huh?
No detonation.
Nothing. It's perfect.
No pitching or anything.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So I slap them back in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now look a little open.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, but the thing is, how? They got all that spring on. They got all that spring on it, though.
Maybe it's warped. Look at that. I can see right here.
Oh shit!
Right there, so it's warped.
Whoa! Look at that! Look at that! Right there. This one right here. That corner right here.
Yeah, it's open here. It's
Shine the light in the tube. In the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that.
I'm telling you, bro. I don't care what it is. If it's, like I told him, if it's a 4G63 on a precision turbo, I know how they all supposed to accelerate. I'm like, it has to be at the gate. Got to be at the gate. I know how they all accelerate. They all accelerate the same. Yeah. Shine the light right here. Yeah. Yeah, we need.
I think that's a signature of mine. What's that?
Shine the light for him.
Yeah. Put it like. You see? That's supposed to be a cool shot.
You said that.
Yeah. I said that.
What can you? So maybe you don't think
it's pouring out.
Yeah.
It's pouring out. And the thing is, when you have pressure, it's also going to push harder up on it. So it's pouring out. That's why it ain't. That's why it ain't making. That's why I said. That's why it's feeling so sluggish.
that felt violent. That felt violent.
Second gear was violent.
You should see the video. When I saw you take off, I was like, holy shit.
Now, first guy started feeling, he was drifting to the left, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. But wait until they put down track bite on this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch a thing. Leave it how it is. Leave it how it is.
Light up the place!
I ain't like that. That shit move, bro.
Light up the
That shit move.
Yeah!
That shit move, boy.
Light up the place! Whoa!
That shit move.
Bro, that just fucking
I bet that threw
Bro.
Brian off.
Bro.
He wouldn't have expected
Bro,
that,
it was
yo.
like fucking that with
But it hooked so good.
Whoa.
It hooked so good.
Boy,
But wait till you get track bite on that too.
I'm giving you 2 shoppings tonight.
Boy, that shit was moving. How that feel?
It felt like an airplane.
It was straight though.
Yeah.
It felt manageable. I told you, this pull is gonna be manageable.
Shoot up there, bro.
Granny shifted it though.
It's good though.
Yeah, it's good, it's good.
It's good. I feel like it's good how it is, and leave it. When you get track bite, it's gonna be even better.
Now, just one more thing though. When I kept it.
Good day, everybody. Just want to jump on here real quick. You know, for the day starts rolling. The trip comes to an end today. It was a good time. Lots of work. Every single night was work. On the Dyno street. Went to the track last night. Dialed the car in. This car wicked now. You know, it surprised me. You know how that car leaves, how it feels. Insane now. But I just want to give thanks to everybody on the island, everybody who showed love, everybody who I stopped off on the other side of the island and just stopped at a random gas station or a random store just to like fix the car, and people was coming up to me randomly, you know, and I appreciate that. I love everybody who's watching. Everybody's telling me on the island, I've been watching you. Appreciate that on everything. Thank you very much.